huynh và các em học sinh thân mến, buổi hội thảo Trải Nghiệm Sulyna Dorm ký túc xá xứng tầm và lãnh đạo tương lai xin chính thức được bắt đầu. Một lần nữa thay mặt cho nhà trường, em xin nồng nhiệt chào mừng ban lãnh đạo nhà trường cùng toàn thể quý phụ huynh và các em học sinh đã tham dự chương trình của trường trong buổi tối ngày hôm nay. Tham dự buổi hội thảo, chúng ta xin được trân trọng giới thiệu sự có mặt của thầy Justin David Rogers, hiệu trưởng trường quốc tế SNA Marianapolis. We would like to introduce SNA Marianapolis Biên-Hòa Campus Board of Director, Mr. Joe Hanrahan, Head of School.
Thank you, Amber. And I'm equally thrilled to introduce a colleague of mine for the last 8 years at Marianapolis, USA, Mr. J.D. Rogers, who's our Associate Head of School for Admission and Marketing. So I'm honored that J.D. and his lovely wife, Rachel, and their 2 children are joining us here in Benoit to bring what we do as far as a community, not only professionally and operationally in admissions and marketing, but also what we do from a residential perspective. So I'm honored to introduce you all to Mr. J.D. Rogers. Thank you.
Giờ đây thầy JD sẽ đồng hành cùng với mọi người trong buổi hội thảo hôm nay với chia sẻ về những chương trình học cũng như tìm hiểu về chủ đề Sulyna Dorm, ký túc xá tầm nhà lãnh đạo tương lai. Xin mời thầy.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be back here in Vietnam. I happen to still be in quarantine, but that's okay. We only have about 6 days left, so we're so very excited to get back up to Benoit. And it's wonderful to see so many familiar names and faces that I had the chance to work with back in April and May. And as Joe mentioned, we are also equally thrilled to be moving our whole family here. So we have a great apartment that we're going to move into right by campus. So, well, again, we are thrilled to be here and make this our home. And I think that is really, the theme and most important takeaway from, not just the residential life program that we're going to speak about, but just SNA Marianapolis in general. This is truly, a home away from home. It's a community, it's a family, and certainly that, whether it's myself or Joe and all of our teachers who are going to be coming from afar and bringing their families, we are very much looking forward to making this our home and our community. And so I believe without further ado, if we want to call up the presentation, I think we can get going. Okay, and as we have this being called up now, you can actually go to the second slide. As I mentioned, most importantly is that this is truly a community and a family. At Marianapolis back in the U.S., we are really bringing our programs and our themes and just activities that we provide and offer our students. We are bringing those here to Benoit. Marianapolis has been, an educational institution for almost 100 years, and for about 70 of those years. What's most important in that you will see is that the residential experience is really is a part of our curriculum. This is not just where they're in the classroom and then they are just going home to sleep afterwards. This is a very intentional and detailed and very purposeful part of our overall curriculum as we educate our students who are living here at SNA Marianapolis and of course back at Marianapolis. And as we think about, how this benefits, young students and young adults as they continue to grow, it's really becoming that community member and that citizen. So, learning how to articulate and speak to one another, to leaders, to collaborate and work together. This is all a big part of the residential experience and what our programming does to support those things. And as you can see here is our Sulyna Dorm. Oh, I'm sorry, can you go back? Yeah, thank you very much. And just, for this, I really wanted to speak to just, safety and adult presence. So you can see, of course, that the dorm is right in the center part of our campus. For those who have visited, you've been able to see it. So students, truly have that feeling of living on a campus and learning and being with their friends and peers, and feeling mature and grown, and that helps them to be inspired and motivated. And with regard to safety, of course, there is an adult presence on throughout the dorm. Right next to Sulyna, there is adults and even families that will be right on each floor. That will always be there for safety, and so students feel comfortable, so that they always have someone to speak with. So that you have someone to speak with. We will have what we call at Marianapolis, we call them an administrator on duty, but always a point person to be a point of contact for families, doctor and nurse who will be on call. So just know that within our dorms and on our campus, your children will be safe and always cared for. We love to say at Marianapolis, and what we will bring here to SNA Marianapolis is in loco parentes, which means in lieu of parents. And so us, our faculty, our staff, we truly do step into the role of being guardians and parents for the children, whether they're day students or whether they are boarding students in a part of our residential life. We certainly take on that role and take it. That is the highest priority and most important for us as educators and again, guardians of your children and our students. Yeah. On this current slide, as you can see, are some of the resources and access that residential students have by being a boarder and living on campus. Of course, as I just mentioned a little bit, that they're going to have lots of opportunity to speak after hours with their teachers and be able to ask questions and maybe get that extra help that they have. Our academic spaces and labs and library, being able to use those as study spaces and, dedicated time to learn, like study hall. And then, of course, learning to work and learn from each other in peer and studies and collaborating. These are all things that, boarding students will have that added opportunity to benefit from and learn through. And of course, as part of the growth that we want our residential students to experience, of course, it is on a social level and making those strong bonds and friendships that will last a lifetime. And so much of that can happen on the weekends. And you can see here just a few examples of what we offer and students will have the opportunity to participate in. We certainly talk about wanting to connect with our community. So whether it's Benoit or elsewhere in Dong Nai and beyond, Ho Chi Minh, and as we build up our weekend curriculum, even beyond that. And of course, some of the activities that we love to offer are anything from shopping and dinner and movie activities to, cultural excursions, history tours, museums, local activities that will, allow some of our students who may not know the area quite as well to begin to learn about Benoit. And we also, of course, want to bring things to campus. So having some of these, fun interactions right here at Sulyna Dorm and on campus in our spaces, whether it's, baking and fun cooking competitions or dances, socials, we will also offer lots on campus as well. One of what we believe is most powerful for our students is that we very much welcome their suggestions, and we want them to bring ideas to us for things like weekend activities. And on the next slide, you'll see experiential learning. We know that students feel most engaged when they're learning about and experiencing what is most interesting to them and what they're most passionate about. And so we certainly, ask our students to help us build some of these things and some of the programs that we offer. And that's a really great, learning experience for students that they can really help our school and our community to grow. And as part of those weekend activities is a program we call experiential learning. And while this is certainly still very much fun and activity-based, as you can see from the pictures, there is a learning element to it as well. So students, might learn about, something in their class and have what we call a pre-teach, so they can learn about the activity and how it applies to what they're learning. Then they get to go and experience it. And then when they return and maybe that next week, they actually, talk a little bit about what they learned and how they can evaluate the experience and again, apply it to what they're learning in the classroom. And through experiential learning, this is another way that we really look to reinforce English language development. So certainly our teachers who will be a part of these activities, and this is really for all residential life too, but specific to experiential learning. Of course, we want our students, we want to be able to see the growth and what these benefits and outcomes for our residential students are. And here are just a handful of what those may be. Of course, being an independent student and an independent individual, learning to be self-reliant and live on their own with support, of course, but that they are learning how to study and, as we say, prioritize, their work so that they are successful in the classroom. And of course, as a part of that independence is learning how to manage and budget your time. And for some of the younger students who may be boarding, it's even the understanding of, a schedule and making sure that they are being on time to the different obligations that they have. And so certainly that time management is a big part of being that independent individual and independent student. You're going to be involved in a lot. So it's, where do you find the time to make sure that you're getting your work done, in addition to study hall. And so again, being a residential student really helps to develop that understanding. And we like to say being a self-advocating student. So I know the admission team had heard me talk about self-advocacy a bunch of times. Our students, our residential students in all, are going to have a lot of resources and tools, including their teachers and again, the spaces, that they can use, again, to help them be successful. But part of being a self-advocating student is learning how to use them and learning to, ask for help. Sometimes that's difficult for students to ask their teachers about, something they may be working on. And so that self-advocacy and learning what you have to, what you have to be able to be successful is an important part of being a residential student. As a self-starting student, that is, making sure that, the time that is available to students are being used in a productive way. We want students to be able to relax and unwind, but at the same time, they're able to do that in positive ways, in productive ways, with their friends and or even with some of their teachers, and just finding ways to be as useful when there is some of that downtime or creating some of that work, getting ahead when they can, is all a part of being a self-starting student. And I think these next two, the personal growth and development and maturity, they kind of go together. But as I mentioned a few minutes ago, it is just about, that young individual growing as a person, as a community member, in their confidence, in their, ability and wanting to engage and speak with peers or even speak with adults. But students, they as residential life students, they really do feel as though they're growing up and that they are able to be their own individual. And again, certainly have the difference or certainly have the idea that they can make a difference and that they can be a leader. And of course, finally, we have that, that this is fun, that we do want students to benefit and grow and learn, but having fun while doing so, and that begins in the dorms and being able to live and learn with peers from all around the world. And we, at Marianapolis in the U.S., we have 22 countries represented globally, and again, that is what we will be, building towards here at SNA Marianapolis in Benoit, so that that global experience, that global community is truly being felt in Sulyna Dorm and across the whole community.
Cảm ơn thầy JD. Nhưng mà trước khi chuyển qua phần tiếp theo, kính mời quý phụ huynh sẽ đi tham dự một chuyến school tour trực tuyến cùng với nhà trường, tham quan cơ sở vật chất thông qua đoạn video clip ngắn dưới đây ạ.
SNA Marianapolis là trường quốc tế Mỹ đầu tiên tại Biên Hòa, Đồng Nai, nơi sẽ đào tạo thế hệ nhà lãnh đạo tương lai. Chúng ta hãy cùng khám phá một vòng quanh trường xem có gì đặc biệt và thú vị nhé. Đi thôi!
Trước mắt chúng ta là phòng tuyển sinh, nơi có thể đón tiếp 40 phụ huynh cùng lúc. Phụ huynh sẽ được tư vấn đầy đủ thông tin ghi danh nhập học, cũng như tiến hành làm bài test đầu vào với quy mô 6 phòng test đạt chuẩn quốc tế.
Tổng diện tích sử dụng của trường là 30.000 m², có tổng số 91 phòng học cùng 61 phòng chức năng và thí nghiệm lý hóa sinh, phòng lab, phòng nhạc, phòng hội họa và phòng robot con.
Và bây giờ chúng ta cùng tham quan khu tiện ích của trường nhé. Đây là hồ bơi 5 làn có mái che đạt tiêu chuẩn Olympic với chiều dài 33 m, rộng 12.5 m, sâu từ 1 tới 1.6 m, đồng thời còn có thêm một hồ vầy dành cho các bé tiểu học. Hồ bơi được thiết kế hệ thống lọc tuần hoàn và được vệ sinh hàng ngày. Các con sẽ có những trải nghiệm bơi tuyệt vời, giúp tăng cường sức khỏe và thể lực.
Sân bóng của trường là sân bóng mini chuẩn FIFA 7 người, có chiều dài 45 m, rộng 27 m, được thiết kế cỡ nhân tạo, có rải cao su chống va đập. Đây là nơi sẽ diễn ra những trận cầu vô cùng hấp dẫn trong tương lai. Học sinh sẽ được thư giãn sau giờ học cũng như tăng tinh thần thể thao, tinh thần đội nhóm. Thư viện là nơi lưu giữ kho tàng kiến thức khổng lồ với hơn 10.000 đầu sách. Học sinh có thể đến đây để tìm hiểu và nghiên cứu trong những giờ giải lao hay là sau giờ học. Đây cũng sẽ là nơi rèn luyện thói quen đọc sách cho học sinh và giúp học sinh nâng cao tinh thần sáng tạo.
Hội trường của chúng ta được thiết kế theo kiểu nhà hát với 680 chỗ ngồi cùng hệ thống màn hình LED, âm thanh và ánh sáng hiện đại. Hứa hẹn đây sẽ là điểm đến cho những sự kiện lễ hội quan trọng của trường quốc tế SNA Marianapolis trong thời gian sắp tới.
Khu nội trú Sulyna Dorm bao gồm 9 tầng với khu nam nữ riêng biệt. Phòng nội trú dành cho học sinh được thiết kế với không gian nội thất hiện đại, tối giản, tạo sự tiện nghi và thoải mái tối đa cho các con như ở nhà. Các phòng ngủ được thiết kế đầy màu sắc với đầy đủ trang thiết bị, phục vụ giờ nghỉ ngơi của các con.
Xin cảm ơn quý phụ huynh và học sinh đã tham gia School Tour của trường SNA Marianapolis Biên Hòa Campus. Hẹn gặp lại quý phụ huynh và các bạn học sinh trong ngày khai giảng nhé!
Và để tiếp nối với chủ đề Sulyna Dorm, ký túc xá xứng tầm nhà lãnh đạo tương lai, chúng tôi mời quý phụ huynh đến với phần chia sẻ đặc biệt của một em học sinh mà đã có 6 năm gắn bó học tập và sinh hoạt tại khu nội trú. Xin được giới thiệu em Lia Vũ Trần Lan Anh, học sinh trong hệ thống trường quốc tế SNA. Xin mời em ạ.
Hi and good morning, everyone. My name is Leah, and I recently graduated from the International Schools of North America. I have been a part of SNA for 6 years now, and my time there has been nothing short of wonderful. Due to the fact that my family lives in Kantar City, hence I have been staying at our school dorm for quite some time now.
Let's find out about the reason why you and your family choose school dormitory.
So first and foremost, I would say that the superior quality and finest experience of the dorm is the top-notch reason for my decision to stay there. There will be nothing else you will require inside this dorm, including like spacious rooms to ensure that students like me do not have fully equipped kitchens, clean bathrooms, and even a common room for students to use as like an entertainment space to relieve stress after school hours.
Okay, so Leah, can you share with us more about your experience at SNA Dorm?
Well, like I have mentioned before, my time as SNA Dorm has been a life-changing event. From time to time, I was able to learn and grow as a person. Moreover, living in the dorm encouraged me to work harder and accomplish better in my studies. The reason for this is that every night after dinner, students will go to class and prepare for our homework assignments, and we will have access to teachers who will be always available to support us whenever we need it, which I believe is one of the benefits of staying in the dorm. And from that, student like me will be well prepared for class. Hence, we will have like better school results. So just take a look at myself as an example. I was able to rank among the top 3 students in the class of 2020-2021 who got the highest academic performance, as well as receiving the Outstanding Senior Award. I believe that my accomplishments are the outcome of my improvement as the result of living in the dorm environment.
So are there any interesting activities that you have experienced while living in the dorm?
Well, I would say sporting events have been among the most enjoyable activities that I have participated in, whether it's badminton, soccer, or swimming. I believe that these sporting activities will be one of the things that students remember about their time in dormitory. Aside from that, the dorm offers cooking or movie day on the weekend for students to participate after a week of studying, which is a popular activity among all. Additionally, on special days such as Christmas or Tet holiday, the dorm hosts parties for students to participate games, dance, or sing together, which will encourage dormitory students to be more energetic and active throughout the year.
I would like to ask about the dormitory parents. So how did they support you throughout your 6 years at the dorm?
Dormitory's parents are like second parents to me. They're the ones who make the dorm feel like home, because I was able to express my feelings to them and I have received their support, learned how to become stronger. And anytime I'm having any problem, they are the first one who care about and assist me in overcoming obstacles, which helped me feel less lonely since I was away from my family. Furthermore, student health is their top priority. If any students in the dorm are not feeling well, they would take us to the doctor right away for a checkup. And as a result, I feel exceptionally safe and happy while living in the school dorm. And if you are considering SNA Marianapolis, I will highly recommend it.
Cảm ơn Leah Lan Anh về cái phần chia sẻ đầy hữu ích vừa rồi. Thank you for your sharing, Leah. Kính thưa quý phụ huynh, vì thời lượng dành cho buổi tọa đàm ngày hôm nay cũng có hạn, vì thế đối với những câu hỏi mà chưa được giải đáp, tư vấn viên team tuyển sinh sẽ nhận thông tin hoặc là những câu hỏi này và chuyển tải câu trả lời cho phụ huynh sau buổi hôm nay. Sự kiện đến đây là kết thúc. Chúng tôi, những người làm chương trình, cảm ơn quý phụ huynh đã dành thời gian quý báu để tham gia. Chúng tôi hy vọng rằng với những thông tin bổ ích vừa rồi, trường quốc tế SNA Marianapolis sẽ trở thành môi trường học tập lý tưởng để học sinh có thể có cơ hội phát triển toàn diện, trở thành công dân toàn cầu và tự tin bước ra thế giới. So Mr. Joe and Mr. JD, this is the end of our virtual meeting today. Do you want to say a few words to the parents?
Absolutely. I just wanted to say thank you. It's great to be able to speak with many of you and answer your questions. And of course, very available if you have any other questions, or if you'd like to have even a personal online meeting. I'm happy to schedule any that you would like to have. So thank you again, and certainly hoping that we see you this fall or whenever it may be. So have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, JD. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank a few people. So I want to thank all of our guest speakers today. But Leah, thank you. You did a great job. And to Amber and Ellie, and certainly to our admissions and marketing team for putting this all together, I want to say a big thank you to you as well. And to our parents and students who joined us today, I want to thank you as well for spending time and learning more about our residential program. I hope you found it to be enlightening and worthy of your time. A wonderful weekend. Take care and thank you. Be safe and be well.